So by now, America's had a little time to realize the depths of the climate change initiatives that have been proposed for our country. You know, this is one of those areas where dialectics is involved. It has to be, otherwise we go in terrible directions. You know, just for the record, me myself, I'm an environmentalist. I believe that living the way that I did with my trailer and my Jeep, and leaving the smallest possible footprint, I still used a lot of fuel and still consumed a lot. You know, and I was trying like really consciously to keep my carbon footprint low because it's important to me as a human being. One of the things that I realized about all of that is that, you know, in the end, it essentially all boils down to some pretty simple factors. And the end game of the solar is the right choice, and that's you know, if you got solar power, if you have the ability with the large panels to bring the solar power, you pretty much got enough to provide power to your vehicle all the time. You know, I mean, there's some problems with that, especially starting the heat in the morning and, you know, things to that effect. But, I liked living with a small carbon footprint. I feel like there's a social responsibility we all have. But there's a balance with that, you know, and now I would have no problems paying a large energy bill at a home if I had a lot of money because I'm doing my part to help sustain the vision that we have. Now, I guess one of the things that I consider as an American is like all of our economy in general. Think about it like this. When we start regulating entire sections of our economy, like for instance, we got the energy industry, we got the food and entertainment industry. If we start like all of a sudden the government takes over the idea of what's going to happen with that, because that's pretty much what's happened with the energy policy. They've come straight out and said this is a hard line on everything. Bam, and here you are, Green New Deal in your face. Whoa. That is going to be a fight over that, but you are going to lose jobs. And the thing about that is that when you lose employment security, you have to regain that employment security. If you're trying to regain that employment security in an environment where people simply won't hire you because you've been blacklisted, then how do you get a new job? We're going to have some type of way of guaranteeing jobs for people who lose their jobs. You know, I don't know what can be done in the case of this group of pipeline workers, but I can say this, you know, from my perspective, this is exactly why we need stronger party involvement. We need stronger party involvement to help those people find jobs and get those people involved. You know, get them the work that they need. You know, and do what we can to provide jobs. Here's the thing about it. That's part of the militant feminist trap. Part of the militant feminist trap is, bam, we take care of your job. You got to get another job, just go get another job. It's easy to say. Everybody around you who is not on a list can do that with no problem because they just slide through. But if you're on the deplorable list, you're just not going to find the job. The job is just not going to be there, but a bottle will, and so will your computer. You know? And then that's where it starts. You develop that vulnerability, you know? People are going to start hitting on it. You lose your job, you don't have the ability to get another job. I mean, though, if you think about it like this, everybody in the oil and gas industry, if you lose your job, you're out of work forever. You're going to have to retrain to green energy. Why don't we make some type of retraining to green energy plan? Why don't we do something like that inside of the bill? Why can't we add that to the bill? You know, because this is all just a blueprint that they're laying down right now. This has all got to be followed up by legislation. These are just the beginning. These are just, and see, this is one of the things I guess I see as foolish, is because nobody needs to sit down and fucking sign 40 executive orders at once. You know, nobody needs to do that. That's just them coming out and saying we're starting 40 different battles at once and we're ready to go. And the thing is, they are. I mean, look at the demonstration. Look at the demonstration of power that they've shown the conservatives. Not only do we have the ability to affect, but we can do it with this company and 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 this company, all from these different sectors, and they all have our list, and they're all coming for you, and bam, within a week, you're all fucked. You know, that's like that's employment warfare. This is warfare over jobs, and when they take away your job, all of a sudden you're insecure now. So they play with that. So people in the Midwest, what kind of voters do you think they are? Think these are Democrats? You think people that work in the fossil fuel industry? People who work in the oil industry? You think they're Democrats? All right, thanks. They're not Democrats. They're Republican voters. They're attacking Republican voters' jobs. Just in the simple fact that they are attacking the industry. So we're going to have to provide some retraining through the government or something like that to find an effective solution moving forward. I guess what this illustrates, we just have to protect those people who lost their security, because they've lost their security and now they're vulnerable. And that's just a simple fact. Now they're insecure. And that's a problem.